Is Low Carb with the Carr's cooking show, episode number 5, and I am Melissa Carr, your host, and I'm also the creator, photographer of lowcarbwiththecars.com, and that's CARRS.com, and we will be making my low carb chocolate quick mix, and this is a quick and easy way to make some low carb chocolate milk if you are a chocolate milk fan. This is all from my cookbook, Low Carb with the Carr's Quick and Simple Low Carb Recipes. I have a digital copy available on my site, lowcarbwiththecars.com, and that would be available indefinitely. All right, well, let's make this here. We have my low carb chocolate quick mix, and it is on page 65 in the hard copy book and on my ebook as well. So, just to start out, this is best mixed in a blender. It will mix up in like a shaker bottle. That'll work too. But mixing it with a spoon in a cup doesn't work so well. So you'll either need a shaker bottle or your blender, which today I'm going to be using the blender to blend it all up because we want to make sure it's super fine and super mixable, right? Okay. So let's get started here. Low carb chocolate quick mix. And what I have done, if you saw my other videos, my Oster blender, the bottom, see here's my deal, the bottom screws off. You have the cap, and I have the blade and the seal. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking all of that, and I'm going to be using this on a regular mouth mason jar. See this? A ball mason jar, just a regular mouth. It fits on here, and it not only keeps it to where it's in one jar, because this is the jar I'm going to store the mix in when I'm done, but it, you know, prevents extra dishes to do. I don't have dishes anyway. We do dishes by hand here, no dishwasher, so the less dishes, the better. But want to make sure that all of your parts are completely 100,000 million % dry, because if there's one little drip of water, all of the dry mix is going to clump where that little teeny tiny drop was. And it's so aggravating to pull it out and find it all clumped at the bottom. So if you're going to be doing this, then make sure it's really dry. Another option is to do it in a food processor. That would also work. My food processor is not geared for dry materials, and when I tried it, it got everywhere. So I'm just sticking with the blender, quick and easy. And what I'm going to be doing is measuring everything into my regular mouth jar. Turn it upside down, flip it, blend it. I'll show you. All right, so we're going to start out with 1/3 of a cup of erythritol. Get my measuring cup here. And I really love the Lakanto monkfruit sweetener. This one is my favorite to use. You can get the regular erythritol online. Anthony's is a good brand. Now brand is a good brand. Alright, so we got 1/3 cup of the erythritol monkfruit sweetener. Alright, we get that in the jar. Woo! That's the end of that bag. You use it a lot. Alright, and next would be a 1/2 teaspoon of stevia powder. I'm going to say this little teeny tiny cup. I found this little teeny tiny cup at the thrift store a couple days ago when we went shopping, when we stopped by the thrift store that's near the grocery store. 50 cents. I think it's from a restaurant or something, but it's completely so cute and perfect for measuring. Alright, so we have a 1/2 teaspoon of stevia and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And so I put them in here together. In my jar they go. Alright, and then next will be a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Cocoa powder chocolate. I just use whatever that I could find. You have, of course, Nestle's or Ghirardelli. Ghirardelli's really rich and really good. The Nestle's, you can have milk chocolate, dark chocolate. I just get this kind. I think you can find this at Aldi's. I actually find mine at Grocery Outlet, but it's only a couple of dollars and it tastes really good and it doesn't have a funny taste. So it works for me. Alright, let's get this in here in the jar. Like I said, I'm measuring this all into my regular mouth mason jar because we're going to be blending it in the jar. Alright, so cocoa powder, and last will be my 1/2 cup of whey powder. I've gotten the Bob's Red Mill whey protein powder, and this is just plain. They actually, I think they have like strawberry or a vanilla and all different kinds. I'm measuring out 1/2 cup of the whey powder. So I measure 1/2 cup in here. And like I said, you can change these flavors up. I made a couple of suggestions in my cookbook. One is you can use a cinnamon protein whey powder with the chocolate and make it kind of like a Mexican hot chocolate type of flavor. Another one was to use chocolate protein powder with the chocolate cocoa, and you'd have super double chocolate. Yum yum. Alright, so we have all of our dry ingredients in there. You see how they're all layered. Ooh. Now, what I was telling you about earlier about the blender and breaking it apart, whereas I took my pitcher, turned it upside down, took it apart where I unscrewed the bottom from the blade and the seal and the bottom cap. And then what it does is it fits perfect on the end of my regular mouth mason jar. Alright, see, I fit it on there upside down, and then the black cap goes right on it, and finger tight, not too crazy tight. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a good shake to kind of distribute all of them. Alright, so we have all of our mix in here. I've turned my blender blade upside down and I screwed it onto the end of my regular mouth mason jar. Alright, so I hope you can see this here. I have my blender now straight down on there. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to hold it so it doesn't spin. It might or might not spin, I don't know, but I don't want it to. So I'm just going to hold it just gently at the top, like here with a couple of fingers. And then I'm just going to do a pulse, the pulse setting, and get this all ground up super fine. Alright, and I'm going to give it another shake just to make sure. Now what this is going to do is this is going to help powder up the erythritol or monkfruit sweetener that I used earlier. It's also going to help mix up the cocoa and everything all together. You don't want clumps of cocoa. You want it all to be good and mixed. Alright, so I shook up one more time. Let's blend it again. Alright, it's good. Alright, let me show you what it looks like. And then we're going to make some chocolate milk. Anyway, let's check out this. Now how I measure it out is by a tablespoon. So when I'm going to be making my shake, which I need to put this back on the blender because we're going to be blending up the milk here. See, it already has the chocolate stuff on there. No big deal. We're making some milk anyway. So let's put this back on the blender pitcher. And a little bit tighter, okay. And then set that there. I'm going to show you how this turned out. The powder. And how it's super fine. See how it's super fine? No. Let's see. There we go. No grit. Super, super fine powder. Putting it in the blender makes a big difference. So, let's make some up. And it's super quick. All you're going to do is you're going to put in a cup to 2 cups in the pitcher. Alright, so I'm going to fill it up to about 1.5 to 2 cups of almond milk. And let me tell you here, I found this almond milk. It's called a Califia. I called it Khalifa last time. But if you see this here, and it's unsweetened, and I got the vanilla version, and it doesn't have any of the thickeners in it, and it's really close to homemade. I used to make homemade a lot, and sometimes I will if I'm in a pinch and it's not grocery time yet, because it only takes about a cup of almonds, and you'll get a whole pitcher of almond milk with 1 cup of almonds. So, let's see. Yep. Well, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber, so 1 gram of carb per cup. And I'm doing 1.5 cups. So let's pour. Always pour your milk in first. Do not pour, or do not put your powder mix in there. It will clump up in a big old bleh at the bottom, and it won't be good. So, alright, so you can do 2 to 3 tablespoons of the mix for your serving. If you want it super, super chocolatey and like, oh my gosh, I'm on the floor with so much chocolate, then do 3 tablespoons. Or if you want it kind of in the middle, I'll do 2.5, maybe 2. But I'm going to do 2, and I'm not really like, you know, a little bit of heaping. So I'm going to do 2 heaping. And like I said, you can do it in a shaker bottle or in the blender. I'm doing it in the blender because it's already ready to go. I did my 1.5 cups to 2 cups of unsweetened almond milk, 2 heaping tablespoons of the mix, and I'll get a cup in a second. All right, let's get it. So kind of pulse it a couple times at first to kind of get the cocoa down in there, and then we're gonna rock and roll here. And that's it. Yeah. All right. See guys, see how quick that was? Chocolate milk in a flash. And so, for example, I will have this as like a snack. So I want something chocolatey, I want something sweet. It's not dinner time yet, and I'm making dinner, and I'm starving, and I don't want to be snacking on a bunch of stuff because, you know, there goes my carbs. Make this. It's really high in protein. Like, even just the whey itself, you know, has 15 grams of protein in it. The almond milk has 1 gram. So you're looking at 15 to 16 grams of protein in your chocolate milk, and it's great, and you love it. I love chocolate milk. All right, let's do this. Ooh, it's even got a little frothy foam on it too. Oh yeah, you guys. This would make good hot chocolate. Oh my goodness. Mix it up like I just did. Put it in a saucepan. Warm it up. Quick hot chocolate too. So double duty. Have it as cold chocolate milk or warm it up. This is the mug reminded me of hot chocolate. So I'm like, hot chocolate, ding. Put it in a pan and warm it up for hot chocolate. Quick hot chocolate. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Again, this is in my cookbook, Low Carb with the Carrs, Quick and Simple Recipes, page 65. And you have this quick recipe here. This one is also on my blog. I have my digital copy available indefinitely on my website, lowcarbwiththecarrs.com, C-A-R-R-S. And today we made the low carb chocolate quick mix, which is great for kids too, because kids need extra protein. Helps keep their immune system strong. So, and I will see you again here on Low Carb with the Carrs cooking show. Thank you so much, everyone.